What's up, y'all? I'm Sawtooth Dave. Welcome to the mess that is my shop. So, I want to thank everybody who just dropped by to see the new knife. Congratulating me on getting one done. It was a huge thing for me, man. Like, to get that first one under the belt and feel good about it means a lot. That extra people stop by, but all the regulars who normally stop by, I appreciate all y'all dropping by and dropping the kind words of encouragement. It really is appreciated. So as far as that project goes, I sent that knife to Sharif. You know, he has, I don't know if you saw his video or not. He's been going through some health issues and stuff like that, but I had time to talk to him on Friday. It seems like he's starting to do a little bit better, so hopefully he's back to normal 100% pretty soon. But, you know, we had a great conversation. I don't generally have like enough time to talk to somebody for an hour on the phone, but it happened to be that we were having machine difficulties, and Darcy had to work with somebody that I wasn't needed for, so it worked out fine. I had plenty of time, and it worked out great. Had a great conversation with him, and I think we'll probably do more tweaks, turns, till we get something we kind of both like. And then I don't know that we're ever going to do a like name the model, do the model, small production run. I don't know that we're ever going to do that. It might all be one-offs. It might just be for fun and see what happens, and if we both come up with a model, we might do something different with it. I don't know, but everything I do with him, like I mentioned last week, is going to go through him. So if anybody had inquiries about anything like that, you can take that up with him. We're not ready to sell anything yet. Just fun, but I just wanted to express that in case somebody thinks I'm being cagey with them or something. I'm not trying to be. I don't want to handle the business end of things. I want to handle the making end of things, and I want to have fun. And that's the biggest thing for me. Like always, if you watch the channel for anything at the time, is fun. I just want to have fun. This is all about fun for me, and hopefully it is for you as well. So briefly talking about the T1. So, you know, this whole challenge of 1 month for one knife in 1 month kind of thing. I'm trying to take it as, you know, it kind of is more of like however you want to see it. So like there's rules, but I don't really pay attention to them. My biggest thing is more or less, I'm only carrying this one like when I leave the house for dog walk, you know, go to the mailbox, whatever. I'm only carrying one knife. I'm not carrying multiple knives. Obviously, if I'm, you know, working on someone else's knife, I'm gonna have time to tweak with it, but I'm not going through my safe and messing with stuff in the safe, right? So I had sent a couple knives out. Like there's a few of mine. I tend to kind of loan out knives to my bros, and Evan sent one back to me, and like it's the first time, honestly, in a couple of weeks now that I've got through and actually had to pick up some of my knives. The reason I did that is because he sent me his Kickstand 2. Or Gen 2 or whatever, however Dan's calling it. And in pictures, it looks just like a kickstand. Like, you know, I've never really noticed, maybe you have a keener eye than I am, but I didn't notice that this was anything different than a regular kickstand. Like, I know it's called Gen 2, but I was like, I don't know why, maybe because of the slot. I didn't really know if there was a reason why or not. But he wanted to do a scale swap with one of the other ones. Remember that copper Damascus one? This one here that I redid and made this scale for. He wanted to do a scale swap. The original one was a G10, which, you know, that's sacrilegious for me. You know, why are you going to replace titanium with G10? Come on, Evan, what's up, man? I'm just messing, dude. But anyway, so I got this one out. As soon as I pull this in my hand, I'm like, this does not feel normal. And then I put the regular one in hand, and I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's significantly smaller than the regular kickstand. And I'm not saying it's a bad size, because I kind of like this Gen 2 size. Long story short, he's got a couple of my knives. I got one of his. So we're going to end up doing some kind of swap. We haven't really worked it all out yet. But I think what I'm going to plan on doing, and I think the main reason I guess I should go through the explanation before I tell you what I'm fixing to do to it. Crazy bastard. Anywho, you can see on a regular kickstand, you have this access to the finger, so you can flick it really well. No problem at all. You know, even my regular one with the flipper tab on it, as I fail it, I can flip that real easy, and you have access to that fuller pretty easy. It looks like you would have access here, but it's not a fuller, and they left it thicker here because it's cut all the way through the blade. I don't know if you can see how big. See, that's a little bit smaller than this is. This is taller. So I wish that cutout was closer to the edge of the blade, so I can't really get in here. if I really try hard, I can dig in there and get it. So what I was getting at was, hadn't worked it out yet, but what I worked it out with Evan, obviously it's going to stay full tie if it's mine. I think I'm going to try to reblade this one. You know, Dan is definitely one of my favorite makers. So to kind of sort of put it in an analogy of musicians, like when you learn how to play guitar, you learn how to play other people's music, kind of like, you know, fuels your fire, gets your artistic juices flowing and new methods and that sort of thing. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do with this one, is try to reblade it. Maybe learn a little bit more about what Dan's methods to doing things are. But the main reason I think I want to reblade it is access to that fuller. So I'll probably make this one a little bit taller. So it'll be, you know, my version. So while I'm waiting, as I was telling you a minute ago with the Sharif collab, sorry about being up on the camera. I'm just trying to grab some of the nice in the M term here. You know, it's going to take a little bit of bouncing back and forth with him and I before we come up with like the next one I try to make. So it might be a month, maybe 2 months before I get drawings back from him. I'll move forward. So, you know, I'm kind of filling the time in, trying to progress, trying to get better so that the next one we do is even better. Reblades. I'm trying to stay on task here. There's a reason. There's a method to my methodology here. Did I say it right? Who cares? I'm all like kind of out of whack right now. Reblades. That's what I'm trying to get at. So I did the first reblade with the Sharif collab. When I sent it to heat treat, I didn't have certain things done, so I didn't know what would be affected by heat treat and what wouldn't. So I didn't have like the lock bar fitted. I don't remember if I drilled. Yeah, I did have the detent drilled. But I didn't do a lot of other things with that. And this one, I had the fuller groove cut in already, I had the detent done, and I had the lock bar fit up, and I sent it to heat treat that way. And this is exactly the way it came back. Everything's still perfect. Everything, all money. Obviously, I finished installing the thumb stud, and this is blasted and just stone washed after the fact. I just wanted to do something different with this shark. This is one of the ones that when I was learning how to grind, I messed the blade up on the original one, so I was going to reblade it anyhow. And if you know me, you know I'm a huge fan of 3V steel in general, so I've made this on that 3V, nice chunky guy. It's about the same. So this is I think I've already modified this one too, but yeah, I know I have actually. This is my other shark that I've done, and that's the only reason this one isn't a dark wash, is because like pretty much everything else is the same, you know. I try to keep them a little bit different. So let's see what I'm trying to get at here. Everything worked fine on this one. All the pockets milled out. Everything worked fine pre-heat treat to post-heat treat. So I think moving forward, the heat treat stays the same. Like if I can continue the same thought process with this one, I'll be able to do these kind of things pre-heat treat, so it's way easier on tooling and layout. And if I mess something up, it's before heat treat, so it's like not a huge deal. I haven't ground it yet. So I just did the grind and then the finish work basically post heat treat. I'm not sure if this one's going to stay this way or not. I have a feeling that it won't. I know I want to make a new pocket clip. That's the reason these are blue and I hadn't messed with them yet. I want to make a new pocket clip because I'm really not a huge fan of this pocket clip. It's just not ergo at all. And then I kind of sort of did the grind where the nose was actually a rough. I was roughing the bevels in, and it was a rough bevel. And when I ground this hollow grind here and left it like that, I was like, oh, that kind of has like a Zahn kind of vibe to it, you know, where that real stout, real robust kind of tip to it. So I kind of thought I'd leave it that way. I don't know that it will stay that way. And I've started working on this one because I think I told you guys last week that I didn't really test that heat treat on the collab knife. So I kind of wanted to get in on this one and start beating it up a little bit. So it's taken a little bit of use. I guess I should go over it again. So do the whole thing again. You know, this is called the Rogue Shark. So I try to make this flipper tab because I really don't use the flipper tab much on the regular ones anyhow. You can see they're kind of blocky, and I don't know, that they work, but this one's on phosphor bronze, by the way. So but it's not like the best flipper tab. So it's pretty much a thumb knife for me. It never had that dual stud on this side, so the finger flick was never really there before. That's the reason I designed mine with the thumb stud and a smaller thumb stud with more access, and then also the finger groove, because I like the finger flick, and this one actually finger flicks really well. The detent came out well, but the flipper tab to make it look kind of more sharky. Hopefully y'all see that. I think it looks like a shark. that's pretty much the only reason I did it. And opening, it kind of just fills that void on both sides. You know, it flows here and here. So it's not like it's super like crazy. Oh my God, you designed something crazy. I just had a little fun with it. I thought it was a cool way of doing it. Just something different. This to me looks like it needs something here. So like if I had a maker's mark or something like that, I'd probably put it, you know, somewhere in this area to kind of fill that. It's kind of like open, needing something right now. But this side kind of sort of to me flows fine. I might do something similar like this one, and I don't know if you see the textures on this one or not. Hopefully you can see the textures where I did different sanding techniques before I finished it, so it kind of has like a, hopefully you guys can see that. I don't know what's coming on this camera because even with my glasses I can't see nothing. But I'm thinking about maybe trying to do some like texture stuff because I like that textured kind of feeling, and this one already has that machine pattern in the scale of this one too. So I need to refinish a bunch of stuff. So it's not done, but like as far as the functionality of the reblade, that part's done. Now it's just a matter of finishing work and how I end up wanting to finish it. But everything works on it fine. The thumb stud, the fuller, everything. So first reblade officially done. I have several more of my knives that I'm probably going to work on, and I'll probably later today, depending on time and whatever else. I'll probably start on one of those tiers that I have. I have a couple tiers that are laying around. Like y'all haven't seen those Zermano tiers on the channel for quite some time. Like y'all know, I don't know, what was that, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, something like that, that I was all about the Zermano tiers when I first discovered them. Anyhow, this other project was my first fixed blade. This is Scotch & Thing Steve's. He already claimed it. I mean, pretty much as soon as he saw it, he's like, yeah, I want that one. I want one of the first ones you get. So I was like, all right, that's cool, no problem, dude. So this one is Steve's. It's already claimed. Y'all seen the design before, but here's the grind. And yes, I did have some issues with this one. Let's see. I'm gonna try to put a picture like kind of on top of where I'm talking right now to kind of show you. So I had ground this one. I got it exactly how I wanted it. I carried it inside from about chest height. It slipped, dropped, landed right on the tip, broke the tip. I had to come back and regrind it again. So not originally what length was what I wanted, not originally the amount of drop, but hey, it's the progress of this one. Not done yet. I got this was supposed to be the collab between, or not collab, but like it was gonna all work on it, me, Billy, and Shane. And it just didn't, like, hit time-wise, it hit them, like, both of them got projects they're working on right now. So I would take them away from what they're trying to do in order to do this one. So I think for me, I just made the call that I'm just gonna finish it myself. Like, I don't have a ton of interest in doing a lot of fixed blades right now. Like, I want to concentrate more on the folders, the reblades, that sort of thing. Kind of what more interests for me right now. I can't say I'm never gonna do fixed blades because grind-wise, it was fun. I'm not looking forward to the whole gluing stuff up, and I don't know. But I got a friend of mine local here that's a maker that's gonna kind of, I think I'm gonna go by his house later on this afternoon and try to get some materials, do some grips. He's gonna give me some pointers and maybe some hardware or something. I'm not really sure 100% what's gonna happen yet, but I'm gonna try to finish this one up, get it Steve. Hopefully I'll have something to show you next week. That's kind of my goal, is to get this one done. The reblade is essentially done. I'm gonna finish that whenever I feel like making a pocket clip and stuff, which is not right now, so that's gonna stay as is for at least the time being. And then hopefully get this one done. That way it'd be the first fixed blade, the first reblade, and the first folder all done pretty much August. And then I can kind of sort of say I started my making in August, right? So kind of sort of the game plan there anyhow. Last week we had done line of lock for Paul, and I had mentioned that, I think it was Paul, pretty sure it was Paul. I had mentioned last week that I don't really want to do a whole lot more line of locks. Like, it's just not my thing. Like, I'm a frame lock guy. Y'all know I'm a frame lock guy, full tie frame lock guy for the most part. But then every now and then something will come across my table and I'm like, I can kind of dig this one. So this is a Max Ace Vortex, I believe. Look how thick that liner is on that thing, man. Like, it could almost be a frame lock by that without the G10 overlay on it, or scales on it, or whatever you want to call it. But this is a beast of a knife. And this was a hell of a challenge for me. I'm showing the kind of what I think is, for me anyhow, a unique grind. I love that, like, this is Denise's, if I hadn't already seen it. Chris, Denise, like, there's been several people that were like, dude, just try it. All you can do is mess it up, just try it. So this is one of those nights where I told her, I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I want to try something, but I don't know how it's going to come out. I've never tried it before. She's like, go for it. And with that encouragement, I did this. So it's a little fuzzy in these lines right here, but kind of sort of my version of a Nightmare. I didn't quite get the lines as crisp as I wanted it. And like, I think on the Nightmare is a little more defined, but I'm trying to get that. And I believe it's the Sanmai. You can see that line in that blade there. I believe it's the Sanmai. I don't know what steel it is. Don't ask me. And you can totally fingerprinted up, sorry. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Definitely one of the more challenging grinds for me personally. I think I did 14-inch here, and then I did the 8 here. So still a little more robust on the tip, and way more taller and hollow grind here. So now this blade before had like a little bit of a laziness because of the weight of the actual blade, but now I think it's way more balanced. Hard to really describe in video, but when you do regrinds, it definitely changes the action of the knife. And to me, this one came out awesome. I love this one. So once again, Max Ace Vortex with the kind of sort of, well, it's my first Nightmare, I guess. I'm gonna call it Nightmare. Learned quite a few things. I will approach the next one slightly different and probably lay it out a little bit better than when I did this one. She had 2 more that she wanted me to work on. This one was the, I think it's the RS Chaos, and this what it is. And it had like, RSK has a thing where he likes to do like a bigger hollow up front and then like a little baby hollow in there in back. And you know, I've seen other makers do similar grinds like this, and at a point where for me, I don't know if it's a, like functionality wise, if I can see an advantage of it. I see it more of a, it's a challenge to make it this way. I don't know if this is a challenge to, or any better of a blade shape to do it that way. For me personally, I've not found why I'd want a obtuse grind here and a thinner grind here. I guess maybe chopping through something, or I don't know. I've never personally liked it that way. I always like the thicker tip so I don't break the tip, because I always break the tips because I'm an idiot. And then a thinner belly as it come back, so more slicing closer to the handle or to the hand. That's why I always liked them. And apparently Denise is of a similar opinion. So anyway, this was a regrind. So this took out that, you know, it was 2 hollows. Now it's just 1 big hollow, and it's a way thinner kind of grind than what it was before. Hopefully, let me put it in front of my shirt. There we go. You can kind of sort of see. There we go. There you go. I'll get it right here in a minute. Sorry about that. First time videoing. Act like it is anyhow. So, these are cool knives, man. They're a little smaller than what I like. And honestly, like, I know a lot of people like these compression locks with these button things. And I don't know for whatever reason, if it's my hand or whatever else, but I tend to like grip it like this. And when I do, like sometimes my thumb, the back side of my thumb will land right on it, so the knife won't even lock out sometimes. It's probably more of a big hand thing, and I'm more of a me learning the knife type thing, but cool little knife. But that was a regrind for her. This one, she wanted studs, dual studs, because it come with a, wherever it is, come with a single-sided purple stud that matched this stuff. But y'all know me, I'm not an anno kind of guy. Dopey could hook it up. I'm sure he does amazing anno work, but I just put the tie connector studs in it, so it's dual studs now. And I put those little funky ones, like the milling marks don't quite match out from side to side, but it kind of sort of goes with the flow of the rest of the stuff on the knife, so that's why I use these studs. And a regrind on this one as well. So hopefully y'all can see that all right. So it's fun to kind of get in some of the regrinds. Obviously I did the fixed blade and the reblade this week, so kind of on the grinder a little more, which I enjoyed. A little bit less in the machine shop. Did I machine anything this week? I don't think I did. Maybe I did just a hair bit of machining, but not much at all, which honestly, that's kind of fun. That's how I like to mix it up, like change it up from week to week and never really know what I'm going to work on. Only got a few more regrinds in the house right now. And you know, for me, like the regrinds is just a fun thing to kind of fill in time when I don't have time for something else, for the most part. Like there's some knives like this, that Vortex, like this one, it took me a long time to do this one because, you know, I had no idea how to do it. I had to think about it and then approach it differently. So it was more time consuming, but these little ones, like this one and that EOS, I never even said what it was. I don't know what model it is, but it's the EOS. And the action on this thing is kind of not the greatest. She wanted me to try to improve the detent too, but I don't know, like, this is on bearings, but like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not impressed with the EOS's action at all, but the quality of the build is pretty cool. Sorry, squirrel. Side step in there. Where was that? I don't know. I don't know what I was even thinking anymore. So 20 minutes in, obviously I'm losing my marbles already. So let's just call it there, man. Thank you all for checking in again. Maybe next week I'll have a fixed blade to show you. I guess we'll see. All right. Y'all be cool. Later.